There's this judge in Montana named Todd Baugh, and we've discussed him before because he's the guy that went easy on a sexual predator. Now, why did he do that? Because the 14-year-old girl he preyed on, according to this judge, quote, looked older than her chronological age. In other words, this epic creeper was saying, I'd probably do her. Yeah, I feel bad for the guy. Let him go. So understand something. Nobody likes this guy. We went after him. Other progressive outlets went after him. And even the likes of Fox News and Bill O'Reilly went after him. So across the board, he's a universal douche weasel. But now we have this story about him. So he heard a case about a guy named Brandon Daniel Turrell. He's about 20 years old, and he went on this vandalism spree where he supposedly shot out the windows of some cars with a BB gun, okay? So let's pause there. Just thinking, before I give you any further information, what do you think somebody should get for doing something like that? I don't know how many cars it was, but he shot out, let's just say for argument's sake, 3 or 4 cars. Okay, took a BB gun, shot out the window in 3 or 4 cars. It was just vandalism, 1, 2, 3, done, right? Look, I don't know. I need to give it a lot more thought, and I want to hear out other people's opinions, but I don't know, maybe a fine. You pay for the people to get their repairs for sure, okay, and what is that? You know, whatever, $500 per car, so 500 times 4, $2,000 about, right? Something like that, right? So either that or, okay, I get it. You want to really punish him, make him do community service, maybe a month in jail, most, right? This judge gave him 5 years in jail. Not only did he give him 5 years in jail, he needs to pay back the victims a total of $13,000. But wait. Is that how much it cost? Is that how much it cost? Or are you just making this number up? Are you just fucking pulling it out of your ass? Look, I don't trust this judge, man. I don't trust this judge. Any judge who's willing to say, yeah, I mean, she looks older than 14. Fuck it. I'm going to let this guy go. Clearly not a rational person. Clearly he's over-emotional, over-subjective. So he's got many, many problems. But the judge asked Turrell what he was doing to repay his victims. So this is recently, right? And Turrell said, I'm working at Burger King. So the way that the sentence works, apparently some of it is suspended and he'll serve it later, and some of it he's going to do soon. But as of right now, he's working at Burger King to pay back the victims. So you know what the judge responded when he heard this? He said, quote, why can't you get a real job? Now, why do I tell you this story? Because putting aside all the massively irrational nature of Judge Todd Baugh, okay, and how he's all over the place. 5 years for breaking a few windows, but no time for fucking a 14-year-old. Just all over the place, right? Putting all that aside, look at that mindset right there. Oh, you work at Burger King? You should probably get a real job. Now, unfortunately, I think we all know some people who would largely agree with that belief system. Oh, you're still doing that? You should probably get a real job. So if you're wondering where the real class warfare is in the country, there it is. Class warfare against the poor. Look, what people like Todd Baugh don't understand, and this drives me up a fucking wall, and I can't tell you how many times I mention this on the show. I feel like I'm bringing it up every week. It's the idea that you are always gonna need people to do those jobs. Not everybody could be a manager. Not everybody could be a CEO. Not everybody could be the owner of a company. And you wouldn't want everybody doing those jobs because then there's nobody there to do the real work. You need people to do the real work. But idiots like Todd Baugh don't understand it, and they don't value human beings who do all these jobs which are necessary for society. So you tell this guy to get a real job. So what do you want, man? See, that's the thing. I call it the fallacy of extrapolation. Because if everybody woke up tomorrow and decided, yeah, I'm going to get that promotion, I'm going to bust my ass, I'm going to do everything I can to own the company one day, Not everybody can own the fucking company. You wouldn't want everybody to own the company. So even if that happened, you'd be begging people to go do those lower paying jobs. You'd be begging people to be cashiers and to work at Burger King and work at McDonald's and work at Walmart and do all these jobs that you don't want to do. People who take care of old people shitting their pants and they get paid less than minimum wage because there's a loophole that allows these caregivers to make less than minimum wage. I mean, for fuck's sake, man, it's so irrational and it's so condescending of an idiot like Todd Baugh. Why don't you just get a better job? Why don't you get a better brain that maybe doesn't let people get away when they're sexual predators and maybe sees people who vandalize in a more proper, rational light as to what kind of a punishment fits the crime? But I don't know why I'm begging for a guy like Todd Baugh to become more rational, because clearly, if you can't see the value in all these different jobs that people do, there's no hope for you. You're just a pretentious little fuck who doesn't even realize that he is a pampered little prick and has been a pampered little prick his entire life, and he just looks down his nose at everybody else. That's the real class warfare in America. Not the poor and the middle class coming after the rich and, oh, you want to raise my taxes by 3%. You're such a meanie. I want to keep all my billions of dollars. That's not the class warfare, okay? The real class warfare is this right here. The real class warfare is raising taxes on the middle class and the poor while you cut taxes for the rich. The real class warfare is giving a bailout to Wall Street with middle class taxpayer money. That's the real class warfare in the country. The idea that Mitt Romney pays 15% in taxes when he makes $20 million in the stock market, when his money makes money and he sits on his fucking ass, but somebody making $60,000 a year might pay 20% in income taxes. Okay, that's the real class warfare. It's warfare from the rich against the poor and the middle class, and this is another example of it right here. Think about the DuPont heir. The fucking DuPont heir was finger-banging his child daughter. No jail time. But Mr. Turrell here knocks out some windows, 5 years, and he's berated by a judge who tells him to get a real job. Affluenza kid. You kill people while you're driving your car. No time. But this guy breaks some windows? Well, you're going to have to go to jail, and you should probably get a better job. Injustice in America is rampant, man. It's all about how much money you make. Not about the actual severity of the crime, and not about what the punishment should really be.